What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Diablo 3. Now, I know I haven't recorded a Necromancer or Diablo 3 video in quite a long time, and I apologize for that. Been doing some different stuff, playing Siege, Lawbreakers, things like that, stuff with friends, just kind of spending time with them and just having some fun, you know? But decided it was finally time to jump back into some single-player stuff and bring you guys some more Diablo content because a lot has happened in my Diablo world since the last time I recorded. So anyway, Season 11's been out for a minute now, and this is my Necromancer you see right in front of you. This is her. Not a beta build, not something that's going to get trashed. This is my legitimate Necromancer. So, as you can see, I finished all the season rewards. I've got the little portrait up here, and that is actually the Slayer level postseason reward for beating that. I'm working on the champion stuff right now. Haven't completed that yet, but I'm working on it. So anyway, so you're going to probably notice a lot of different changes from my beta build character that I had to the one I have now. This one I've focused a lot more, I've paid a lot more attention to, and I've got some way more powerful abilities with this character than I do my beta one. So I'm just going to highlight some of my items, and then I'm going to go into highlighting my skills for you, and then we're going to run a Greater Rift and show you her abilities in practice. So as far as her items go, I've got a funerary pick. It's Ancient Legendary Scythe. It's basically Siphon Blood drains blood from 2 additional targets, which I use Siphon Blood, so that's pretty good for me. And then my Phylactery is the Iron Rose. Grants me a 49% chance to cast a free Blood Nova when I attack with Siphon Blood. So it all works out in the end for me. Obviously, I've got the Bones of Rothma set, which is the Season 11 reward. I've already talked to you guys about how good this set is and how important this set is for a summoning type Necromancer. Basically, this plays into every single one of the abilities that I use, and I love this set to death. I've got some topazes here that I can still upgrade. I'm running short on topazes though, but once I do get more, I do plan on upgrading all of those. Threw in some diamonds here on the legs just for some elemental resistance. Sorry, I had a brain block there. I've got Kimbo's Gold Legendary Amulet, so whenever I pick up gold, it heals me equal to that amount, which is huge for healing. Especially at the higher torment tiers. Each stunned enemy with the Ancient Parthian Defenders, each stunned enemy within 25 yards reduces the damage taken by 10%. That's pretty big for me right now. I'll get into that a little bit later. I've got Bull Kaltho's Wedding Band. I drain life from enemies around me, and I've got it inserted with a Bane of the Powerful Legendary Ring. Legendary Amulet, which gained 20% increased damage for 41 seconds after killing an elite pack. That is an incredibly powerful ability. 41 seconds is a long time, and 20% increased damage, that's big as well. I've got Creed's Flame. Taking fire damage restores my primary essence. I could have better stuff there, but it's a pretty powerful ring statistically, so that's why I keep it there. And finally, for my belt, I've got Krelm's Buff Belt, which just gives me 25% increased run speed. Lost 5 seconds after taking damage. I take damage all the time, so it really doesn't help. It's just a powerful belt statistically. That's why I keep it there. So that's all my items right now. This is some of the stuff I did. All these items are just stuff I just picked up from a rift. I've got a Legendary Potion. Increases healing from all sources by 24% for 5 seconds after using it. So that helps me out. It's the Bottomless Potion of Amplification. Amplification, excuse me. Alright, anyway, getting into my skills. They're a little bit different than my beta build, and I'm going to explain that. The Siphon Blood ability is the same from the beta build. It's got the Purity of Essence rune, which is great for resource regeneration. All in all, it's a great primary skill to use if you're going to be using a type of Necromancer that relies more on her minions to deal you damage for you. So for my Skeletal Mage, I switched over to the Life Support rune instead of the Singularity rune. Now, if you remember the Singularity rune, basically took away all your essence, summoned one very powerful skeletal mage, which is still good, but when you're dealing with the Bones of Rothma set, which is the Season 11 reward, more mages is better. So I decided to go with the life support rune and just suck up the health because I get super health regeneration anyway. And I get these mages that last longer. So that's why I went with the life support rune. Command skeletons with dark mending, same as my beta build. Again, increased healing, number of minions. Can't go wrong with that. Bone golem's the same. Gives me some area of effect, plus another powerful minion to use. Now, I've got bone armor here. Bone armor was one I did not use in the beta build. I showed you it, but I didn't use it for my final beta build. I decided to use it here because I just picked up a very powerful item that plays off of bone armor. And that item I actually threw in Kanai's cube. So I will show you that right here. It is the Scythe of the Cycle. Secondary skills deal 300% additional damage while bone armor is active, but reduce the remaining duration of bone armor by 4 seconds. So that increases the skeletal mage damage I have by 300%. But each time I cast a skeletal mage, it reduces by 4 seconds. But the cooldown on bone armor is so short anyway. Bone armor is basically always constantly active. Back to my skills. And then finally, another different one from the beta build. This is the Devour Corpse skill with the Devouring Aura rune. So I've constantly got this green aura around my Necromancer that devours the corpses around me to increase my essence. Essence gain and life gain are a huge part for this Necromancer build, specifically because I have that right there, the Skeletal Mage life support, which sucks my essence and my health at the same time. So I decided to go with the Devouring Aura to restock my essence, and it's been working out pretty well for me so far. Now my passive skills, I've got Extended Servitude and Swift Harvesting, which are the same from the beta. This gives me my Skeletal Mages 25% longer duration, and this increases my attack speed for Siphon Blood, so that just helps my resource regeneration. Now this one, Blood is Power. I decided to go with this because of the life support Skeletal Mages again. So after cumulatively losing 100% of my maximum life, all ability cooldowns are reduced by 20%. So after I lose in total 100% of my life, not all at once, but just in total lose 100% of my life, once I lose whatever that number is, 710,642 life, all my cooldowns get 20% shorter. So for bone armor, that's big. I used to use it for the Army of the Dead rune, but I started to go with bone armor, and even the cooldown's short already, it'll just reduce it another 2 seconds, and seconds is key. Every second you can cut down something is key in this game. So then finally Grizzly Tribute, same as the beta, healed for 10% of my life every time one of my minions hits an enemy. I did the math. With 10 Skeletal Mages out, which is the max you can have, I have 19 minions. I think the Enchantress does count as a minion, so I'm gonna call it 19 minions, each dealing damage, healing me for 10% each time they hit something. It heals me quite fast. So those are the abilities I decided to use for this, for my real build this time. In Kanai's cube, I've got the Scythe of the Cycle, which I already told you about. Then I've got these Golem Skin Breaches, which increase my Golem's damage by 125%, and I take 30% less damage while he's alive. I'm always a sucker for damage reduction, so whenever I can get 30% less damage done to me, I'm going to take it. And then finally, the Circle of Niluge's Evil, which is probably the most powerful item that a summoning type Necromancer could possibly have. I raise an additional Skeletal Mage with each cast, and they last an additional 4 seconds. That is huge. I've been after that item for a long time. I finally got it like a week ago. And once I got that ring, I put it in Kanai's cube, and my Necromancer has taken off power-wise. So that's my build for right now for this, and I'm going to put it into play for you. We're going to hop into a Greater Rift. We're going to pump it all the way up to, you know what? Let's do it. Let's level 47 Greater Rift. That's the max I can do right now. I could probably push it a little further maybe. I don't know. We'll see. But we're going to hop into it. Alright, we're going to get our Skeletal Mages up right off the bat. Get my Bone Armor, increase their damage. And there you go. We're pushing right through these guys. Alright, I'm constantly checking my Bone Armor to see when that cooldown happens, because remember, each time I cast a Skeletal Mage, it reduces the duration of my Bone Armor by 4 seconds. So, I'm constantly keeping an eye on that, and I got trapped here. Alright, Skeletal Mage is doing work. There we go. We cut right through him. Nice. Okay. My Enchantress is dead, but that's a pretty common occurrence. I'm not too worried about her. She's not an integral part of this build. Alright, see, my Bone Armor's down already. Yeah, summoning the Skeletal Mages really kills the duration on it, but as long as I keep track of it, it's no real big issue. My Skeletal Mages put out enough damage to where they can kind of offset that. There we go, we got another Paragon level. Oh my god, traps. Okay. Alright. Oh, also, I used the dislocation rune with the Bone Armor so I can stun enemies with it. Just, you know, it gives me an extra couple of seconds to kind of play with things and get out of a bad situation if so need be. We're gonna pummel this guy in the corner here. It's a straight mugging right there. Okay. Alright, safe to say it's this way. Okay, again, see my Bone Armor dropped, but it's okay. Because these enemies are tough enough to where they don't die immediately and I can actually get up right on them. Ow. That guy was a little mean. Alright, we haven't really faced any elites yet. Not too many of them, actually. So that's kind of killing our time right now. There we go, shield pylon. Well, not what I needed, but it helps out. There we go. Alright, these guys are being annoying. I think there's actually 2 groups of elites. Pretty sure it is. Oh yeah, it definitely is. There we go. Just as soon as I mention it. It was only 1 group. Well dang, that's a little disappointing. Slower going than I was hoping for, but hopefully it picks up here shortly. Stun them, throw my golem out there. Good, good, good. Alright. Alright, so far so good, guys. I mean, Skeletal Mages are doing work as they should be. Again, you know, that Bone Armor multiplier is pushing them about mid 200s for average critical hit, mid 200 millions for average critical hit damage. And that is not the correct way. Some of these dungeons, they'll get you every time. But yeah, I fought with myself for quite a while on whether I wanted to use the Singularity or the Life Support rune with my Skeletal Mages. And ultimately decided on the Life Support just because it's so easy to get 10 Skeletal Mages out there in a heartbeat. And that just helps out my multiplier with the Bones of Rothma set. Because, you know, if I were using the Singularity rune, it really was going to be a lot more stressful with resource management, constantly having to regain essence all the time, and constantly basically being out of essence, and only having one skeletal mage running around popping people. This way I get 10, and they can focus on more than one enemy if need be. And besides, they deal plenty of damage as it is. So... Alright, and this guy should be dying here shortly. Oh no, he's right there. Oh goodness. Ow! Ow! He's beating me up. I'm not happy. This guy is being very difficult. And my golem died. That's probably why I've been taking so much damage. My golem died. Oh my god. Alright, this one dude is being a douche. Electrified reflects damage? Good night. Alright, well that's not going to happen again. Please, for the love of all things. There we go. Golly. You know, you try to record something and then you run into an enemy like that. Awful. It's okay, it's okay. Don't lose heart. We've got plenty of time. Now, this is also the highest rift difficulty that I've tried so far. It's been one of those days where my Necromancer started off much less powerful than she is right now, and I've had a great day as far as getting equipment and items for her. And so this is kind of testing out her limits a little bit for me as well. And we got another elite right here. Yep, my skeletal mages are pummeling this one, thankfully. There we go, another one down. And we're going to grab this power rune down here. Or power pylon, excuse me. And then we're going to continue forth. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the damage I like right there. 897,940,000,000. Oh, I love it. Running short on my... yeah, I lost my power pylon. That's okay. Didn't run into an elite, but hey. So I've seen a lot of builds out there nowadays, especially nowadays, that use blood abilities that are really powerful. I haven't actually looked at them myself, but I mean, people are pushing like Greater Rift 115, and I gotta start checking them out because that is insane. I mean, I don't consider myself to be a professional Diablo player or anything like that by any means, but Greater Rift 115, oh my god, that's something crazy. I'm going to get my bone golem over there to deal with that group. There we go. And we're doing okay. We're almost done with this rift. We just got to take on the Guardian. Come on. So close. Don't you hate it when you get like 98% and then nothing? No enemies. Oh, here we go. Alright, well this will definitely push me over the edge because there's a legendary guy right up there. Oh, he's dead. Alright, we're gonna command skeletons on it. Ooh, ow. We're gonna command skeletons on him, summon some more skeletal mages, and we're just gonna let our dudes do the work. I actually missed with that bone armor there. Just Alright, well, we finished with 4 minutes, 12 seconds remaining. Whole ton of loot, as always, per these higher tier greater rifts. And that is my Necromancer, guys. I think I'm maxed out on blood shards. Yeah, 970. But that is the Necromancer. That's the Necromancer I've got so far. She's still a work in progress, so be cognizant of that. She's not totally done. I'm not calling her like the greatest Necromancer to ever survive. That's just the build I'm using right now. It's really powerful for my standards. So tell me, excuse me, my God, I can't talk tonight. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know about your builds, what items you use, what you think I could possibly do better. I hope I gave you guys some pointers, some tips, some items to look out for. And let me know of anything else you guys want to see. Because I enjoy making these videos a whole lot for you. So thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. If you liked the video, again, comment, like it, and of course subscribe, because I love you guys. You guys are the best. And I will talk to you all hopefully not much later. Probably tomorrow. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I promise. Alright. Peace.